Ted Bundy. Imagine a charming college student that you'd easily trust. Ted Bundy was just this guy, smart, good-looking, and charismatic. But beneath that handsome facade was a brutal killer. For years, Bundy used his charm and good looks to attract young women, whom he then brutally murdered. He deceived the police, evading capture by not fitting the typical image of a serial killer. Bundy's story is a chilling reminder that appearances can be very deceiving, making him one of the most infamous figures in criminal history. John Wayne Gacy. By day, John Wayne Gacy was Pogo the Clown, a popular figure at children's parties. But when the makeup came off, a much darker personality emerged. By night, he was a ruthless killer who lured young men to his house with promises of work or fun, only to end their lives. Gacy's double life shows that even the friendliest faces might hide the darkest secrets. He ultimately faced justice but left a haunting question. How well do we really know the people around us? Albert Fish. Imagine a real-life boogeyman from the early 20th century. That was Albert Fish. Known as the Gray Man, he was a predator who roamed the streets of New York, his gentle demeanor masking his monstrous true nature. Fish lured unsuspecting children with kindness before descending into unspeakable horror. He left behind a trail of chilling letters that detailed his gruesome activities, making him a nightmarish figure in criminal history whose deeds still evoke fear today. The Brides in the Bath. In Hungary, 3 wealthy widows known as the Black Widows married men only to murder them for their wealth. Their method was sinister, yet simple: a deadly bath. Each husband found his demise in what should have been a relaxing bath, only to be murdered and robbed. This grim tale serves as a warning about the dangers of greed and the lengths that some will go to secure wealth. Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper brought terror to 1880s London, committing ghastly murders of at least 5 women. He was horrifically clever, always outsmarting the police and maintaining his anonymity. Despite numerous theories about his identity, it remains one of history's most enduring mysteries. His cunning and ability to elude capture have made Jack the Ripper a figure of both fear and fascination. Belle Gunness. Belle Gunness was a deadly woman who used charm to attract suitors to her farm. Not for love, but for life insurance payouts. After ensuring each man had a policy benefiting her, she would then orchestrate their deaths through accidents. Gunness' story is a grim reminder to be cautious of those whose love of money overshadows their value for human life. Dr. Harold Shipman. Imagine finding out your trusted doctor was actually a killer. Dr. Harold Shipman was that type of doctor in England, responsible for the deaths of over 200 of his patients. He administered lethal doses of medication, exploiting his position of trust. His actions show that danger can come in the most respectable guises, hidden behind a facade of professionalism and care. The Zodiac Killer. The Zodiac Killer is one of the most baffling criminals, having terrorized Northern California in the late 1960s with cryptic messages and symbols. Despite intense investigations and public fascination, his true identity remains unknown. This enduring mystery serves as a stark reminder that some criminal minds are never fully understood or captured. The Lonely Hearts Killers. Martha Beck and Raymond Fernandez turned Lonely Hearts ads into a deadly trap. They posed as the perfect match to their victims, only to marry, steal their assets, and eventually kill them. A warning for online daters: know who you're meeting. Charles Manson. Charles Manson was not just a criminal, but a cult leader who manipulated his followers to commit heinous murders in the late 1960s. He twisted minds with bizarre theories and promises of revolution, demonstrating the dangerous power of influence and how it can be wielded for evil. How did these monsters walk among us? These stories remind us to always be alert and trust our instincts. Who scares you the most? Let us know in the comments.